Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. In tonight's nightcap, I've got a fair bit of machining going on and a little bit of welding. Now what happened, I got a puncture on my car last week and the jack that come with the car was totally useless, like a plastic nut. It all flew apart trying to jack the car up. So I modified a jack that I had at work, which is a much more substantial unit, so I can change my tyres if I get a puncture again. I went to a car boot sale this morning. There was very little there. I bought one item, I'll show you that. I spent a fair bit of time outside today putting a fence up for Deb. Deb had to go welding again. I'll show you a little bit of that.
Hi.
Yeah, that's live. Just weld that one bracket on there.
Oh, that's better.
Can you see now?
Nah.
Do you like your new fence?
I love my new fence. That's 2 new fences they've made for us, aren't you, Jen?
Who designed it?
Me.
Who measured it?
Me.
Who welded it?
You.
Good.
And me. Just a little bit.
Oh, yes, I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse. Deb's had a good week. She had her first radiotherapy session yesterday, which seemed to go quite well. She's been off today and then she's in tomorrow. The next 5 days, weekend off, 5 days, weekend off, and another 5 days. So it's quite an intensive therapy she's having, radiotherapy. I'm off work tomorrow and I'm taking her in tomorrow for our first proper session, so to speak. But things seem to be looking up for her. She's starting to lose weight now. She's finished taking the steroids. This little scissor jack come out of a big Audi was scrapped at work. It's actually got a metal nut and a decent bearing in there, so it'll be a much better jack than the one that came with my car. It had a small hole in there that located on the jacking point on the car. All I'm going to do is weld that bit of angle on there like that, and that will fit nicely onto the jacking point on the sill. I'm going to TIG weld it on, and I'll use a new macro lens we did for the camera just to see what sort of welding footage I can get of it. It's quite a tight space to get the TIG torch into, so what I've done, I've put a gas lens on and I've got the tungsten sticking out a good ½ inch, which will enable us to get in to weld it. You can get away with that much stick out with a gas lens. Also the natural V formed here will help to contain the gas. Just going to run a bit of TIG along there. You're welding about 110, 120 amps on DC, just a straightforward DC weld, no pulses or nothing like that. I don't think it'll be coming off in a hurry. This is the only thing I got at the car boot sale. It'll be quite handy for making molds and sand for casting. Just a little spade really. don't know what its primary use was, but it's certainly been well made. riveted on handle there, and a nice wooden handle. Anyway, that was it. I need to make a handle for the jack. The wheel bolts on the car are 17mm, so I want to make an adapter to go from that hex in there to 17mm, so I haven't got to have any extra spanners. The one spanner, the wheel brace will do both things. So we'll measure the hex, 25.5mm. We'll measure across the points, it's 29mm. So if I machine a bit of bar down to 29mm, then mill 6 flats on it, it'll fit into there. And I'll also machine the other end down and put 6 flats on to make it into 17mm. We'll put a bar on the chuck, and our first dimension is going to be, it's actually 28.8. That's 30mm, so all I want off there is 1mm. Cut it off, 1mm cut, which is 0.5. This is now down to size. All I want is a hex machine on there and a hex machining on there. I'll part that off. I'll probably tack weld this into the end of the jack, and all I've got left is a 17mm stroke for my wheel brace. Right, I've got it all set up on the hexy collet holder with a stop on it, so I can simply machine 6 flats by loosening the vise off and turning that each time. The first thing we need to do is set my depth of cut. We'll actually need 4.8, need 2.5mm per cut. We've got 0. Touch this off. And that should touch in there. 0 is Z-axis. .4mm. .4mm there. We'll lock that Z-axis off. little table lock as well. Put a little bit of coolant on if now we can. That's the next one. Up against our stop. You just carry on like that for 6 times and you end up with six flats. Always stop the machine, don't be tempted to walk around when it's still running. It'll only bite you once. Just broke the last tip on the parting off tool. I have a tool here that needs the back machine down so it'll fit into one of my tool holders. I mean to do it for a while. Now's a good time to do it. Cut. the water's draining away quite nicely. None at all getting splashed on the floor, which is great. Better. Tool now is setting up to be on centre height, or very slightly below centre height. Looks good there. What I'll do, I'll take a light cut across the front of the bar, just to make sure. Very slightly high. That's good. We'll put some water on just to try it. It's a very broad bottom tool that. Just keep the nice gentle even pressure on it. It's cooking quite nicely. That's decent. Couple of spots of weld to hold that in. And I've got my one 17mm wheel brace that fits the nuts on the car. Anyway, quite a long-winded way of going about things, but I've got the gear, why not use it? Once again, thanks very much for subscribing, for clicking the like button, and especially for all the well wishers that have come in for Deb, my wife, from all around the world. It's been absolutely wonderful. Thanks once again. Right, so simple enough matter. Loosen off the vise, turn it onto the next one, which is there. Right, your bell end.